Hi Year 9, we're just going to do a dirt task now on both Level 7 Tests 13 and Homework 10, okay? I picked 3 questions on this one. Question 12. So it says if x is negative 2, calculate the value of x cubed plus x squared. So it's negative substitution, that's the topic. Okay, we're going to rewrite this expression, but instead of the x's, we're going to put in negative 2. And I'm going to put them in brackets because they're negative especially, so it's really important to do that. So negative 2 cubed plus negative 2 squared. So negative 2 cubed means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, positive 4. And then 4, I'm going to write my 4 down here. And then we've got to do 4 times negative 2. 4 2s are 8, but a positive times a negative makes a negative. So that part there makes negative 8. Then we've got this add, so we'll put the add in there. Then we've got negative 2 squared. Thankfully, we've just done that over here. Negative 2 squared means negative 2 times negative 2, which we said was 4. So our final answer should be negative 8 plus 4. Using a number line, negative 8, you go up the number line because it's adding. Negative 8 add 4 is negative 4. So our final answer for that one is negative 4. Now the next question is this one here, number 18. So it says, y is x plus 5 is the name or the equation of a straight line graph. What is its gradient? Now the gradient in an equation that is a straight line is always the number next to x. Now there's no number next to x, but if you remember that 1 is always invisible, this can also be written like this. So the number next to x now is 1. So the gradient is 1. And that's the answer. The third question is over here. Question 25. Work out the surface area of a cuboid 2 by 3 by 4. So I'll move that up. Okay, let's use this part of the paper. Right, so a cuboid, we can just sketch one quickly. We know it looks a bit like that, excuse my drawing. And it says it's 2 by 3 by 4. So let's put 2 here, 3 is the height, and 4 is the length. It doesn't matter which way around you put those, as long as you've got a 2, a 3 and a 4 and three of the different dimensions. Okay, now surface area means find the area of this one. I'm going to do some little codes in a minute. A little key, and we'll just do some swirls on that one. So there's 3 rectangular faces. One is stripy, one is dotty, one's got some swirls on it. So if I was going to draw a key, I'm going to start off with the front. Now the front rectangle is 2 by 3. And because we're looking for area, we multiply. The area of a rectangle is length times width. So 2 3s are 6. Then I've got my dotty one. And the dimensions of this dotty side, this rectangular side, is 4 by 3. Okay, so it's 4 is the length and 3 is the height. So 4 3s are 12. And then we've got this rectangle on top. It is a rectangle, but we've drawn it 3D, so it doesn't look like one, but it is a rectangle. So my next little rectangle then is going to be the length times the width again, because it's a rectangle. It's going to be 2, matching that one, because opposite sides are equal, and 4, because that one's 4. So it's going to be 2 by 4, which is 8. Now, when we draw a 3D cuboid, we can only see 3 faces, but we know there's 2 of those, one's there and one's hidden behind there. There's 2 of these, because one's there and one's hidden, and there's 2 of those, the top and the bottom. So because there's 2 of them, we're going to double each of those faces. 6 2s are 12, 12 2s are 24, 8 2s are 16. And then the total surface area means add up the 6 faces. So we've got 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there, making our 6 faces. We just need to add up 12 plus 24 plus 16, which is 30, 40, 52. And area is always centimetres squared. Okay, that's the final answer for that one. Now, on this homework, we're looking at 3 questions. The first question is the midpoint question, question 8. It says, what is the midpoint of the 2 coordinates minus 5, 2 and 5, 12? Now, to find the midpoint, we're going to label the x's and the y's. The x coordinate is always the first one, the y is the second one. To find the midpoint, we're going to find the middle of x, the x coordinate first, so x coordinate is going to be first, and then we'll do y in a minute. So the x coordinate, you add up the 2 numbers, so minus 5, add 5. Now minus 5 add 5 is 0. So we've done the step 1, so step 1 would be add the x coordinates, and step 2 is halve the answer, so halve. Half of 0 is just 0, okay? If you've got nothing and you're halving it, you end up with nothing. So half of 0 is 0. So we've got our x coordinate now. Our x coordinate is 0. So in our final answer, we're going to have a 0 by there, and then we're going to find the y in a second, exactly the same way. So let's find the y coordinate now. We've got, let's label it y coordinate. Okay, we've got a 2 and a 12. So step 1, add the y coordinates. Okay, so it's y or x. So let's add the y coordinates now. 2 add 12. 2 add 12 is 14. Step 2 is to half. So half of 14 is 7. So my 2 answers are 0 from the x and then 7 from the y. My final answer is 0, 7. Question 16 is next. A family's weekly shopping bill increases from £120 to 160. What is the percentage increase? So from 120 to 160, we can see as £40. Now, if we're trying to find out the percentage, we want the percentage of 40 out of 120. So 40, let's write this as a fraction, 40 out of 120. If I simplify that fraction, I can divide by 10 and get 4 over 12. I can now divide by 4 and get a third. 4 divided by 4 is 1, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So if I was asked for the fraction, I could stop here and say, well, the fraction that increases is a third. Now, the question asks for the percentage increase, not the fraction increase. So I need to convert this third to a percentage. Now, it's one of those ones that I should know off by heart. I know a half is 50%, I know a quarter is 25%, and I should know that a third is 33 and a third percent. That's my final answer. 33 and a third percent. You could also write it as 33.3 recurring, and that is the same answer. Last question then is question 17. Express 84 as a product of prime factors. Now, this means do a factor tree. It doesn't say anything about trees, but expressing a number as a product of prime factors means do a factor tree. So I'm going to start with 84. And when I've taught this to you before, we always half if we can. So half of 84 is 42. 2 times 42 is 84. You're finding factors of 84. So 2 times 42. Whenever you see a prime number, you circle it because that's what we're going to need in our answer. So I'm going to circle that 2. We stop here, okay, because that's the end of the branch, but we can still split the 42 in half. 2 and 21, circle the prime. We can't half 21 because we'd have 10.5 and we're not allowed to have decimals in a factor tree. So instead of dividing by 2, we'll divide by 3 because 3 goes into 21 7 times. 3 is also a prime number and 7 is also a prime number. I've come to the end of the branches. I can stop now. Looking back at what I've circled, I put them in an order. Normally we order them smallest to largest. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. You have to put the times in between, not pluses or commas, or you won't get the full marks. If you put that, you would have got full marks. Okay? If you then simplified it into index form, you would have written 2 squared times 3 times 7, which is also a perfect answer.